Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCT Center, and joining me today is lovely two ladies. Morganne Rayne, who is spiritual coach, consultant, gratefully providing access to high dimensions of being. Morganne has been called healer of healers as a way to describe unique spiritual tools she shares. Morganne is here to serve those who seek great understanding of their sacred spiritual self. How deep is desire to integrate consciousness in this consciousness in 3D world? And also with me is our wonderful Jeannie, who we will be been waiting for ages to connect with properly. And Jeannie is saying about herself, I am lifetime student of growth, and I continually take classes to enhance my knowledge base. At present, I'm studying internal family systems, IFS. So, hello, 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 hello. Yes, and something else I didn't say yet because I skip it. I am true speaker, healer, energy worker, guide, mentor, co-creator, and galactic ambassador from Pleiadians. Yay! So there it is. All introductions is here. Hello,
Beautiful.
hello, hello, my lovely ladies. How you doing?
Good.
I'm good. I had a rugged few days, but I'm on the other side of it. Um, I'm on the other side of it. Thank God for Jeannie, because we're so connected in our spiritual sisterhood. Um, she kind of knows when things are off for for me, and sometimes healers don't reach out to ask for help, and that's when other healers can go, oh wait, can I be here with you in this process? So it's reaching out, accepting help, helping to move and shift the energy from where it is to where it can be. So yeah. So, but on the other side of it, I woke up this morning grateful and at peace, and yeah, just ready to keep moving forward because it's interesting, and I want Jeannie to speak too here in a bit, but it's interesting when we put all our energy into something that we wish didn't happen, right? And we get all our energy around that. What if only, and then all the resulting feelings of that lower dimensional of blame and shame, and all that stuff, all that was there present for me the last few days. But if we put our attention on that and try to, what I call, repair the past, which you cannot do. Yeah, just can't. You can try your best, but you can't repair the past. But you can choose to receive whatever lessons you got from it, really receive it, not just, pretend like you receive it, really receive it, and then move forward into your life, move into what's next, not into what was or what should have been or what could have been, but move into not only the present, but you can take that present moment and now project that into the future. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later, some insights and that I got. But yeah, no, I'm doing good. It's amazing what you can go through and come out on the other side feeling more loved, more at peace. Yeah, so that's how I'm doing.
Great, great. Jeannie, what you have to say?
Um, so there's a lot of things. One is what Morganne said. You can't change the past, but we can go back and give that that younger part of us a missing experience that they haven't had. And so in a way, we are changing the past. We're making a better situation. I guess we're not changing the past completely, but we're changing it in the present moment. But it's something that's difficult to do on our own, and so that's why we need other people to help us through it. When Morganne told me about her situation, what got to me was she was really worried about it, and it was an irrational thought, I thought, and it didn't make sense, but it made sense as a child. And so we were able to go back there. And so I think it just says how this work is so important, because every time we go back there and clear up something that wasn't cleared up, that was stuck in our bodies, is profound. It's really healing for everyone, and so it changes who we are when we can heal that part of us. And it's incredible work, and that's why I'm so big on people doing their work, and really going there, because we all have parts of us that are stuck in the past, and unless we free those parts, we're not living fully as we could, and as beautiful life as we could.
Yeah, and what's really important is to have relationships like the three of us do, right? Where you're kind of alert to what's going on here, right? That irrational reaction to something, right? So like Jeannie was like, well, okay, wait a minute, let's, and let me tell you what happened, because I know this is kind of like, it feels like, oh, we're talking about something. I've been pet and house sitting for dear friends of ours, and the kitty went missing, never came back. Then we find out there's been coyotes, but it's like, for me, it was just like, I love that kitty, I love that kitty, and so if anybody's ever been in that situation where you've lost a pet or whatever, it just brought up all these feelings of irrationality and grief and upset and fear and all of that. But the good news is that I got to go identify that. I didn't get caught up in that swirl of it. I didn't make this event mean anything to me, that I'm a bad person or unconscious, or not, because I'm hyper conscious, right? It is the blessing in all of this. And I got to give Mr. Bilbo Bagby, that's the cat's name, high fives, right? Brought me around to even a deeper awareness of forgiveness and love and compassion, and the capacity to remember that this body is not all there is to it, right? So anyway, so that's what happened. And yeah, so we learn as we go, right? We truly do. And if we don't clear out all those pieces that are still fomenting in there, right? All that, and when it happens, because if something happens in your life and you get triggered, triggers are your treasures, and you get triggered, then if you have the courage and the desire to expand and grow, you'll go to it and say, show me, tell me, talk to me, and you bring it forward, because those things affect everything in your life, and we're unconscious to it until it's brought to the conscious level. And then when it's at the conscious level, that's where you can heal the past. You can't really change it because it happened, but it's a marker point of what happened. And then you have the capacity to make a different choice about the whole situation, the choice back then, how you responded, so that you're not responding with that same energy in the present moment. Because, and honest to God, I could see it like looking over my life the last few days, how what had happened and those feelings that were coming forward affects. It's like a thread that runs in your life, in everything that you are, that you do, how you talk, how you move, how you are, it's the whole of it. And then when you get to go, wow, I could like let that go.
Yeah.
That even being hyper responsible, big clue for me, right? It's like, always, checking, making sure everything, and it's like, rather than trusting. Ooh, I like that, checking rather than trusting. So we we trust. And so anyway, so that's a
And
what.
so again, I think few videos ago we've been talking quite a lot about trust yourself, trust the creator, and have this trust in something. And we again getting back to trust.
Yeah, getting back to trust. It's a powerful thing. I mean, I would say really check in. Do you really trust? Do you trust in the flow of life? Do you trust that God's got your back? Do you trust that your friends have your back? What do you what are you trusting in? And it's a good thing to really sit and contemplate, because some things we may you may find out things you've been trusting in were untrustworthy, right? And I think we've all had that. And trust in an individual is a sacred relationship. It's a sacred relationship. And that takes, like Jeannie, I don't know how long we've known one another, a long time, 20 some years, right?
Yeah.
And you live very close to each other, yeah, as well.
Well,
Yeah.
sort of.
Relative to you.
It's a point of view, right?
Yeah.
To me, she's way down there, and I'm way up there. But yeah, no, we live, but we get together, right? We care about one another. We want to hang out. We want to nurture. When we get together, we're not just hanging. We're talking about spirituality. We're talking about growth. We're talking about our connection to life. We're, it's like, and we're dreaming, right? We're thinking of things that we can put in play. So the relationship that I have with Jeannie is one of life. It's one of richness and total trust, trust. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's sacred to me. The relationship I have with you. Yeah.
It's really wonderful to have somebody like that in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take
I'm extremely grateful I managed to get in between two of you.
We're so grateful.
And the good news is we have a group of women that were like this, a group of rich, spirit-based dreamers and schemers and changers, right? We got one woman in our group that she goes to the state. She makes changes in the world. She works with AARP. She like is all about the seniors and getting legislative passed, and she lives in a world I don't even want to step into. but she does it, and it's this passion and this love for doing what's right. And it's like that's our group. We are a very, and so I would ask everybody, who you hanging out with? Right? Who you hanging out
Tell
with?
me who is your friends, and I will tell you who you are.
Isn't that right?
But it is.
Yeah, it is right. That's correct. Tell me who your friend. Yeah, show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are. Exactly. So, yeah. Anyway, so it's kind of it's a testament, and with that group, total trust, total absolute. I and that's the weird thing is, like, all of a sudden I felt like I wasn't going to be I doubted my own trustworthiness when I lost the cat, right? And I had to go back and repair it. I had to remind myself who I am and what I am. And, like, we think we can control everything. Who feels that way? Can we?
Yeah, that's our ego. Our ego.
I don't feel like that.
Oh,
I can't control lots of things now.
I think there's whenever we're in a bad spot, our ego takes over, and it's our practice to be, knowing our practice to know everything that's happening for a reason. We have to let go, and just trust that, and there's so many lessons in, our difficulties. And if we're wise enough to sit with it and understand, figure that out, what the lessons are, there's so much growth in it.
yeah. Yeah. Take the lessons, not the punishment.
Right.
Take the lessons and move forward. And, it's like, from that experience, I feel more loved. I feel more trust. I feel it's a phenomenon, and I like it.
Yeah. There's something about, when things happen, seeing it as like a ride, like you're going through a difficult part of the ride, and then you get out and you go smooth sailing. But it's like, if you can see life as that way, it makes it exciting rather than difficult.
I somehow differently look at life. I try, especially now, from 2020, I try be on middle of in center of storm, yeah. Try be in calmest place in the center of the storm, yeah, and watch everything what's going on as a cinema, even my own life. Yeah, I'm watching film. Okay, happened. What happened? Yes, is points, and Morganne knows few points when it's very low points, when I'm thrown out of completely of my control or even cinema seat, yeah. But most of the times it really works if you, like, okay, what's going on here now? I understand. That's reminder about this one, or that's reminder about that one, yeah. I understand what's going on, yeah. So I like that way more.
I think we're saying the same thing. I think we're saying the same thing, just different approaches.
Yes, but that is the point. I think as many people, especially who practices for long periods of time, yeah, we learning from so many people. This first learning what we learned, I don't know, 20 something years ago, it's already sort of fades away, and you making your understanding your approach to things what you doing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you and I started at the same platform, yeah, clinical counseling, yeah, psychotherapy, still you and I work completely differently. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and even those who I finish course with, yeah, the same course, listening to same teachers, yeah, we are completely, each of us completely, utterly different.
Yep.
Even when we finish course, we already been different. When we had our mock sessions, yeah, and mock exams and so on, yeah, even then each of us work completely different. Leave alone now. I don't know how they work now, but I'm absolutely sure they don't do what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes. So I think that's why we talking the same language, just different sides of it.
Yeah, well, we've all had different experiences, and we all came with different skill sets and gifts and talents, right? We showed up differently, and that's the way it's supposed to be, because we're like pieces of puzzle in the wholeness of it all, and that's what's important about being authentic. So if we show up truly authentic, then we're bringing what's absolutely necessary to be a part of this puzzle, so that the puzzle has a picture, has cohesiveness. I love that what we were talking about about being in the center of the storm. I grew up around hurricanes, so I know about the storm, but I also know about that center where it's peaceful, where it's where you can gather yourself, where you can um, come to the present moment, right? But all that stuff is swirling around you, right? Swirling around you. And then something might happen that will yank you into the storm, right? And that's what happened to me a few days ago. It yanked me into the storm, where it was like, what yanked me? What yanked, right? And right. So it was it was discovering what that was, so I could come back to the center, right? Because that's my goal always, is to be in the center, to not to be yanked off my thing. But the truth is, we're going to get yanked off our thing. We incarnated into a 3-dimensional planet where we get to have all these incredible experiences, whether they are feel good experiences or feel crappy experiences, right? And
But
then
sorry, Morgan, but now my understanding really is we going to this golden age, yeah?
well, actually,
I
we're in it, so it's
Yeah, we are in it
right.
already. Yes,
Yeah.
we are in it already. Um, I if I understand right, then now those like you, Jeannie, me, yeah, those who done already work, we supposedly have uh, like easier ride forwards, because from our sidelines or from Jeannie's getting out of this ride, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we know what's going on. We're not jumping in every this hoop what they giving you.
Yep.
We are
Yep.
sort of steady.
And that's what I feel like what happened, right? That incident that happened could still have me in the trash can. Could still, like, I could be like, oh my God, I could, right? But that's not what I choose, right? It's out of my own intention, is to stay in that centeredness. But when I get yanked into the storm or to those feelings, then it's my responsibility to clean that up. It's totally my response, not anybody else. It's my responsibility, so that I can come back into the center. And the cool thing is, when that happens, I feel more whole, more than I did before. And I thought I was doing pretty darn good, right? I feel more whole. I have I don't know if anybody feels, I have this energy in me it feels different. I feel more engaged and more alive.
Let's
And
not even talk about energy in me and now. Don't even talk about energy and me now.
we'll talk about that later. But, it's like, so when we, we can strive to stay in the center all time, right? But life has happened because we incarnated on a planet where we came to heal those things. We came here to do that, not just for ourselves, but for everyone, right? When I did that piece of healing work, I don't know, Jeannie, did you have some transformation around that too?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You see
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. And, and the same thing, Jeannie's been in stuff too, where she got caught up in the storm, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was present for her. I had transformation around what she was. And that's how it works, right? I'm not here to fix Jeannie, and Jeannie's not here to fix me. But we're committed to transformation. We're committed to spiritual growth. We're committed to that, and so bada bing, bada boom, here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah. I think about what I noticed with you, Morganne, when you were going through that was your ego was in the way. And here you are, like an amazing spiritual teacher, leader, all that stuff. And yet you were caught in your ego.
Yep.
And that's why I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Reel it back in, girl.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty. I'm not, and I'm willing to be fully where I am. Right. I allowed myself to be fully where I was. Like, I didn't want to miss what was going to occur out of that. Because if we brush things away or go, oh, no, that's okay. You'll get it. No, you won't get over it. You're just pushing that sucker down some more so that when it pops his little ugly head up again, it's going to be worse next time. So the beauty is just do it. Go there, do the breath work, do the inner child work. When was the first time you felt that? What was going on? It's like, go there. That's, like I say, your triggers are your treasures. There's treasure in that, not to make you feel worse but to give you an opportunity to go, oh, I see how I've arrived at that pattern or that feeling or that fear, right? And that's the treasure right there. Oh, I get it. I was 3. Well, no wonder, right? Sweet little girl. Oh my gosh. Then you can love her up and it's a process, but if we don't get what we need when we were 3, we can give it to ourselves at whatever age you are. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful work. It's just beautiful work. And again, like I said, when I can do that for me, I do that for humanity. I do that for everyone. So
yeah. There's something here. I'm losing it. I can't remember. I wanted to say something. When we think spiritual, there's people who believe they're spiritual and they use it as a way to bypass the work. And so I'm really glad you brought that up, because it's really important to do the work, because you have to do the work. Otherwise, you're just pushing it down and pushing it down and not doing the work. It's like an alcoholic. If they don't do the work, you know, it's not just the alcohol, it's the trauma that brought the addiction.
Exactly.
And so if they're not doing the work, they're just going to go back no matter how much, you know, and so it's really important to do the work.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get to why'd you choose to be alcohol? You know, what was the choice, so that you can be empowered to make a different choice. And, you know, AA, you know, some people say, well, that's pretty low frequency. I think AA is wonderful. I have watched it save marriages. I have watched it save lives. And it really is doing the work. Right.
And that's the thing is somebody will say to me, well, they're an alcoholic, they're in AA and blah, blah, blah. And I said, it's fabulous that they're in AA because, you know, they're doing the work. Yep. Like, you know, it's, you want to be with somebody who's doing the work, you know, and it's, you know, that's confirming that they are doing the work. So
absolutely. And they're not willing, they are giving up the reign on the ego when they do that work, because it's a humbling experience to let go old patterns in your life, because they have become our righteous buddies. You know, it's like, you know, those patterns and how we become justified. We justify those patterns. That's just the ego. That's just well, I'm this way because, right? Have you ever heard anybody, well, I'm this way because my mom was such a da-da-da, or my dad was a da-da-da. Hey, look, my dad was a flaming alcoholic, right? I didn't turn into an alcoholic. And I heal everything that comes up around that, right? Because in Course in Miracles, there's a beautiful concept that says, when we arrive in our family of origins, we arrive fully intact with all of our issues. We arrive fully intact with all of our issues into this family. And we got that family because that's the family that can assist us in transforming those issues. Right. So I hope people hear that. Right. So if you feel like you got the short end of the stick in the family of origin story, you know, it's like, wake up. You arrived here with all of that to heal it.
So I'm going to confirm that. Because I had gone down to South America to do an ayahuasca journey. And what I saw in my healing was generational stuff that was in me and past lives that were in me. And it was just amazing to witness that. And it made my life make so much sense. Like, it wasn't just this lifetime. It was eons. And I was like, wow, you know, and so it was tremendously healing for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's, this just came to me. I'm loving it. It says, I am a continuum of life. I am you know, like that. That's what we are. If we arrive here with our issues intact, we are a continuum of life. And what is that all about? It's to return to who we are, what we are, and the full remembering.
And it's right. And it's also what you said before. We're not only healing our lives, we're healing past generations and future generations as we do this work.
Right. It's because of what we do that we're in the golden age, Daga. It's because of that. Because we as a collective are awakening to, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to be that. I don't have to do that. I can choose again. I can choose differently, right? That's why I like that phrase, what else is possible?
Mm-hmm.
What else is possible here? Would love be possible? Would peace be possible? What else is possible? Right? If we don't ask a question like that, then we become stuck in the isness of it, right? And we become more committed to the reactions that we have around the isness of it. But when and having the isness of it is a good thing, right? It just is, right? It reminds me of a phrase we used to say long time ago. Life has no meaning. It just is. Life has no meaning. It just is. So what brings the meaning to it? Our beliefs, our thoughts, our feelings. That's what brings the meaning to it. So we are the meaning to life. Life just is. It just is. And then it's like, how are we showing up? We're bringing the meaning to what life is. So you can change the meaning by changing your mind, by changing your thoughts, by changing your reactions, right? We have the power to do that.
Yeah. And what I see is the tunnel vision that people have, it's they get into the black and white thinking, and it's like this way and this way. And if you just shift your meaning or perception, it can really alleviate a lot of issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The ego is a meaning-making machine.
Mm-hmm.
It seeks to make meaning. It seeks that, right? So when we realize what's in control of us, then we can change that. We can stop it. We can come back to that center of the storm, right? The storm can be happening all around us, but come back, because truly, I know in our podcast, a lot of people are like, interested about creating and manifesting and things like that, right? But if you don't clean up all them little nuggets, you're manifesting with all that frequency and that energy along with it. But what else is possible? If you release that, what kind of manifestation would you have, right? So that takes that coming to the center, just like Daga was talking about, what's important. Coming back to, and I'm pointing here because it's the heart for me, right? It's coming to the place in the heart and the breath. And has anyone here ever just taken, I'll shorten the time. I'll say 3 minutes to just focus on your heart.
I've done it.
Yeah.
I do it quite often.
Yeah.
It's healing for me.
It is healing. It's the center, right? And when you notice, when you bring in your energy and your awareness to your heart, what happens to your thoughts?
They go away.
They go away completely. They disappear.
Yeah, but at first they don't. They start parading in one by one. They can start parading in about one by one. You go, oh, okay, well, there's a thought. Thank you very much. Back to the heart. I'm going back to the heart. Oh, there's another one. Oh, back to the heart. It's an exercise. And when someone's new to that, it takes them a while, right? The endless parade of thoughts come. And actually, you kind of want them to. You want to see what's been driving your car, right? Oh, wow, I think that. Okay, write that one down. It's like, oh, I think that. Write that one down. That's kind of like the yeah, but exercise, right? It's all the thoughts and the feelings that get in your way of creating or being who you truly want to be or what you truly want to create in your world. So that would mean that we create from the past, usually, if we're not doing our work. We create from the past because we are not in the present moment envisioning our future. We're in the past envisioning our future. How scary is that? If we're in the past trying to vision our future. That's why it's so important to get to present moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep thoughts here.
Yeah.
I think even worse is, I think when I'm working with somebody, even worse is when you say something to them and they said, I will believe it when I see it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the it's true,
Well,
this area.
right. So you know when someone is saying that, they have had something happen to them in their past that doesn't allow them to envision a better future. They've got to get to the present moment. They've got to clear their vision of the past. That's that I'll believe it when I see it. They got to clear the vision of the past, do the work, come to the present moment, and from the heart, from that centered place, envision your future. So important. If you're trying to envision your future from the past, like it's like someone that grew up very, very poor and they just want to be rich, right? And you've seen, you can open up a book all day long and find stories about, rags to riches, rags to riches, rags to riches, right? But it's like, how did they create that? And when you interview people or have conversations with people and they have done everything out there in the world to get to the riches, they're pretty miserable people. Right? Because they're trying to manipulate and fix the past of poverty to get the money, the riches, the fame, the whatever. And, a common term is they sell their soul to the devil.
I just wanted to say it's really most people who are getting riches like this is selling souls to devil.
Yes. Yes, because what they're doing is manipulating others, the manipulating systems. They're not coming from creator, right? They forgot who they are. They forgot that it's them. They're the creator of it, right? They move into, and it's all over the tabloids now, right? We got the P. Diddy stuff going on out there that's exposing a whole realm of how many people have sold their souls to the devil to get fame and money and popularity and all of that. But that's transient. It's kind of like unclean in it, and it's being shown for what it was because it's harmed so many people, right? But the truth is, we can create from creator, and that's that coming centered in the heart, right? It's bringing back our awareness that we can have and be and do anything because we're infinite creations. And if we start saying, well, I'll believe it when I see it, well, their vision's muddied up. So clear your vision so you can begin to see and envision a future you can not only just live with, but be thrilled about, excited about. And that's what I love hanging out with these spiritual women, right? There's no shortage of imagination for what's possible, right? What else is possible here, right? It becomes we're not stopping here. We're not, oh, well, we're good on this, right? Friendship, we can move on. No, you stay in it and you continue to expand and grow and become more because we are infinite. So we see a future that's filled with love and light and healing and wholeness, and everyone has everything they need. We do that. I mean, but so we don't hang out and commiserate about how awful life is. That's another way to do friendship. No.
Talk about husbands, bad husbands. That's another. It's at least in my youth, it was the most important thing between girlfriends. Get together and talk about husbands, boyfriends.
Yep. So that commiseration, that energy, just think about what it's generating, right? Generates more upset, generates more whatever it is coming up for you. It generates more of that. Is that really what you want to create in your world? Is that really what how about you go to someone and say, I want to heal whatever is within me that creates relationships that are out of balance, and you know, now that's a girlfriend you want to have. Help me discover what is within me that keeps me from experiencing more love.
Yeah, and I think on this note we can go move to meditation, Morgan.
Already?
Yep, time flies when you're having fun.
Okay, let's see what Source has got up for us today. Okay. All right, beloved. I invite you to just come into your body. And it's so easy to do that just by closing your eyes to your outer world. Even if you're in a beautiful place, close your eyes and just take a beautiful, sweet breath through your nostrils. Let that breath come in and let the breath go. And with your eyes closed to the environment that you're in, your inner eye can now open. Some call it the third eye, that inner vision. And today we will focus on the inner vision. And so we'll begin by putting our attention on our hearts. Take a breath into your heart. And release the breath. And continue to keep your vision on your heart, your energy, your consciousness, your awareness on your heart. Continuing to bring your breath, your awareness to that heart space. Noticing if there's any thoughts coming up, just say, okay, thank you. And then go back to your heart, back to your breath. Get to know your heart. Get to know this energy of peace and centeredness. This is your sacred brain. And just keep putting your attention upon your heart. And as you put your attention upon your heart, ask your heart, what do you want? What is the heart desiring to experience? And perhaps the heart is giving you a vision or a word or a feeling. Maybe it's not giving anything at all. Perhaps it wants no thing. Everything that's coming up is absolutely perfect for you. Put your attention on your heart. And imagine that the heart space is now just growing. Imagine what it would be like to vision from your heart. Continue to breathe into your heart, focusing on your heart space, into the center. Imagine that the heart is now communicating with your mind. Imagine the heart communicating thoughts of love and peace and centeredness, bliss, joy. The heart speaking to the mind, informing the mind of more peace, more joy, more love, more goodness. Let the heart begin to not only inform your mind of its thinking nature, but allow it to also provide the visions and ignite that third eye. The capacity to see spiritually. The capacity to envision what your part is in this beautiful project of humanity. What are you bringing? Who are you? From this heart space. Take a breath into your heart. Take a breath into your third eye. Take a breath into your thinking mind. And on the out breaths of all those things, just release and let go any cloudiness, anything that might be getting in your way. And then bring your attention back to your heart. And let your heart dictate to your mind your thinking. Let your heart and the heart's visions open that third eye and begin to imagine a world that is based upon centeredness with an activated third eye, with visions of who you are and what your part is in this. And as we do this, we begin to develop trust of our own hearts. We begin to develop trust in the visions that are given to us. We begin to develop trust in that the same creator that gave us the visions has everything to bring all those visions forward. Take a breath in. And bring in the awareness of the trust of your creator. trust of yourself. For the truth is, it's all right there within us. Breath in, breath out. And so I invite each and every person that is experiencing this meditation to practice this awareness throughout your day, moving to the heart, breathing into the heart, activating that heart chakra, allowing the heart to begin to dictate to the mind, allowing the third eye to be fully open so that you can envision the concepts of the heart and the mind now, so that you can be your authentic self, not based on what happened in the past, but who you are present in this moment. And so as we do this practice together, we not only are creating a life of peace and love and joy in our own lives, but we become a resonant field of this energy. And this resonant field of this energy touches everyone that comes into our field. And we begin to resonate strong of love and light and peace and centeredness, being in the present moment. And because we do this, we give them permission to do the same. And just for a wee moment, envision what if everyone did what we were doing. Being in the heart, allowing the heart to speak to the mind. You just bring your energy back to your heart as we give thanks for this opportunity to come together and have this deepening conversations of real life experiences of being in the world and coming back to the center. I give thanks for this opportunity to share that and to share the process of coming back home. I give thanks for all that has occurred here, for the beautiful words of Jeannie and Daga, for the remembering. And so, beloveds, in love and light, in the awakening of your heart, you are loved, you are blessed, and so it is.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, Morganne. Jeannie, is there something you would like to say?
No, that was beautiful, Morganne. Thank you for that. That was wonderful.
Thank you, Spirit.
Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, both beautiful ladies, to being with me and for your time so kindly given to us. Thank you for everybody who is watching us. Thank you for following us. Thank you for your love and support. And see you next week. God bless.